Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Spider-Man. Sorry, I just had something in my head, but anyway, welcome back to Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions part. Whatever this part is, it'll be determined later. So we're on the we're on the final Noir level. Sorry, but yeah, we're on the final Noir level, and uh, we're dealing with the Goblin, not the of the green or Hob variety. It's just the Goblin. So, but it is still Norman Osborn, and that's fun. So, you know the drill at this point. I'm going to talk about my history with Mr. Goblin there, and so let's do that as I try to attempt this level. This was probably like, um, this was a like, like I don't know. No, the noir levels are like are enjoyable, but this one wasn't. I had a hard time with this one, as you're about to see here pretty soon. So it didn't like permeate through it. Well, it kind of did, but like I'd say the worst happened at the beginning of it. So yeah, Green Goblin. We're just talking Green Goblin. I'm not. Did I bother talking about Hobgoblin? Whatever. Anyway, so Green Goblin, who is probably like I'm trying to think. Um, he's one of the he's one of the best Spider-Man villains. Let's be fair. I don't know if he is the best, but like he's up there for sure. I would say that like he's okay, this is going to be a weird take. But I think Norman Green Goblin is Peter's nemesis, and and Doc Ock is Spider-Man's nemesis. And that sounds so dumb, but like I hope you can understand where I'm going from, or just not. So, oh yeah, that was one of the hard spots, I guess you can call it, that I alluded to earlier. So uh, that was the thing. I don't know. I'm just here for the paycheck. But yeah, I've always really liked Green Goblin. Like even just going back to as a tiny little baby, he was always the ones that like he was always one of them which kind of stuck out in my head. And he was probably like, I mean, he's the one that got the most push in the early 2000s because the movie. But like, it's just whenever I think of if when I was a 2-year-old, when I thought of like Spider-Man and his villains, the two that I would always think of were Doc Ock and Green Goblin. But I guess we should talk about like my history with each of Norman's appearances. So the first two that come to mind, of course, is the '90s show and the movie, the Sam Raimi movie. I loved him in the '90s cartoon. Like his debut episode as the Green Goblin is still one of my favorites, and I could probably recite that whole episode by heart. That's just how much I love it. But yeah, there was such a I mean, I like that even before, he turns into a Goblin Man. There's a whole, build up to what he's about to become and stuff, and it's really interesting. Just seeing the kind of course of action, like how it sort of came to that. You know, with the Hobgoblin coming first, you know, him making weapons for the Hobgoblin, then, you know, he had a lab explosion and, you know, got doused with chemicals or some shit. And then the Hobgoblin suit just turned green because of reasons. And from that day forward, he was just a split personality type, you know, asshole. But so he's either like the weak, nimbled Norman, or, you know, he's the menacing Goblin man that you expect. Which, you know, as the years go on, I don't really like that whole idea. I like it better when he just knows, like he knows, like the Goblin is just an act. Like he can just, it's not like a split personality type thing. It's more just like he can just become a weird maniacal goblin creature like whenever he wants when he puts that mask on. So, but yeah, 90s Green Goblin is great. I remember watching the VHS tapes over and over. Like there's the one with it's the 2 episodes where it's Spider-Man and that the sick child, and then also there's and then it's the Green Goblin episode, and also the Rocket Racer episode. And I think that was all of them on the tape. I'm pretty sure. I should also give mention to the 60s cartoon also. I didn't see too many episodes. Like that tape I was talking about, there's the origin episode for Spider-Man, which I don't even think, it wasn't the first episode. It was like season 3 or something like that, when they were like, yeah, we're going to tell you how Peter became Spider-Man now. So, yeah, there's that, and then there's another thing, like, and then besides that tape, you know, I'd catch episodes on TV. It was always weird though, like it would always be playing at like 6 in the morning or something. Like it was always like super early, or, you know, just like between 4 to 6 a.m. Like weird times, I'd say. And then so yeah, that the 90s cartoon, which it was a great run in the 90s show, at least for Norman Osborn. Like after you know, he gets stopped the first time, he comes back, learns who the Hobgoblin is, makes sure that Hobgoblin just isn't a thing, and then he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna use portal technology to fuck with Spider-Man and find out who he is, because that's fun. Like, and then yeah, after that it's just, you know, he's in another dimension. Sorry, I was partially laughing at Goblin getting his shit wrecked in the first person mode. But so yeah, there's that, and then there's the movie, which is pretty much like, it's basically just the 90s cartoon version in live action, except he has a worse costume. Although admittedly, I do really like that costume. I know it's it's a Power Ranger costume, but it's like it's fun to look at. You know, the green armor, and it has like, it's hard to miss, but like he's got these like purple highlights you can kind of see, like when light's reflecting off of him. That's a neat touch. And then, so Willem Dafoe did great. I love, you know, his version of the Goblin, and I was happy to see him show up again in No Way Home, which he is like, He's fucking terrifying in No Way Home. That moment when Peter's just punching the shit out of him and he's just got this big ass grin on his face. That's amazing. We need more of that. I should also give mention to the Ultimate Universe a little bit because, you know, I played Spider-Man games as a kid. I've expressed that many times. So whether it was like the first movie game, the second movie game, Ultimate, and some others. But I remember playing the Ultimate Spider-Man game, and I just remember, like, I remember finding it neat that the Goblin was just a big monster, but also I was confused because I thought I was just like, why am I fighting the Hulk all of a sudden? It's weird. It is really weird. The way the direction that the Ultimate Universe kind of took. So yeah, you got that. You got. I guess I should mention Spectacular. Spectacular is great. I love that whole, you know, story arc of them, you know, teasing across, like, the whole story across 2 seasons of the Green Goblin is great, where it's just Norman fucking with everybody, like, who could possibly, you know, be him in a sense, and like, it's not a split personality. He knows who he is just on the front. Like, he just decided one day, it's just like, I'm gonna dress as a Goblin Man because I want to be the big man of crime. And, you know, he's got a whole like personality switch, like a different voice and everything. So that's different. Ah, shit. I'm not doing so well here. Can I make it, though? That is the real question I want to know. Can I get behind this guy without him seeing me? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I probably said this before, but I didn't really catch into Spectacular every week. It probably, like, there was this whole thing for me as a kid where, like, I never was super attached to Spectacular at all. But you know what? I should probably save that for next part. It's like my reasonings as to why I wasn't. But yeah, until next time, have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching. And of course, take care of yourselves. See ya.